Welcome to my current state, Tom Clancy's The Division. Now, they say that this game is a beta, and, well, I'm not seeing a beta. I'm seeing a demo. If it's a beta, the beta is bare bones. They barely have anything in the game. Normally, betas allow you to play everything, but for some reason they decided to gate off a lot of what the game actually apparently is, which is really odd to me. So it raises a whole lot of questions. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the game itself, as far as what I can play. You have three primary stats: your DPS, your health, and your skill. You can carry a primary and a secondary weapon, as well as a sidearm. There are 6 gear slots for you to choose from vest to mask to knee pads and backpack and gloves and holster. There are 2 types of funds, as well as 2 types of levels. You have money and a level for the PvE realm, and then you have money and a level for the PvP realm. And they don't cross over, there's no exchange as far as I've seen or anything like that. On the UI, you have an orange health bar, 3 bars. It shows how much ammo is in your clip, in this case it's 30, and then how many rounds in total that you have, which is 540, at least in my case. You have 2 skills that you can switch out, or actually I should say, there are 2 skills that are available at one time for your character to use, and you can switch them out. In the beta, there's only 3 skills available. I'm using the sentry gun and a pulse, and then there's also mods that you could add to each item. It shows your grenades, on how many grenades you have, 3, and how many health kits or med kits I have, which is 3 as well. There's a cover system. There's, of course, headshots as well, as far as like target location shots. Nothing too patient-y as far as you can't shoot a leg and they get crippled or whatnot. As you saw earlier, I accidentally fat-fingered myself into a menu, as some of the buttons are a little bit too close to each other, like the grenade's too close to a menu, and then I have to panically, get out of it. It only happens once in a while, not too great. A lot of people were complaining about having a PvP zone in the game, and I really didn't run into it too often where I had a player go rogue on me, like in the middle of a fight or anything like that. Mostly it happened at extraction points, and still it was a low percentage, maybe about 30% of the time. And I did jump from server to server as far as leaving the dark zone and coming back. That's the only way actually you can get your stash, is you have to leave the dark zone and go to the PvE area, come back again, and then you can acquire your stuff. Now, how the items of the loot works in the game is basically you pick up the loot here and it's contaminated. Now you have to decontaminate it. In order to do that, you put it into that lovely little yellow pouch in the back, and you run over to an extraction point, which we're headed for now. And once we have the items extracted, we can take and actually use the items. At each safe house, and at segments between PvE and PvP zones, you have vendors, and as well as a crate that you can restock your supplies. Now, the crates give ammo, so you don't worry about paying for ammo, and it gives grenades, base grenades, as well as med kits. Now, one of my fears is the fact that it might end up to be where the best items in the game are from merchants, which I don't agree with that at all, actually. Because I think, the way I see it is basically, they're supporting the grind. I don't want to have to go out and grind for my items. I want to look for them, I want to find them, I want to discover them. If I kill a boss or whatever to get them, that's fine. But I still want to have that discovery. I don't want to have it to where I have a base number, I need to achieve this number, and I have to go out and kill X amount of bad guys in order to receive X amount of money, which will allow me to get my item. There are crates and bags and all types of other things around the world, which you can find flash grenades, different types of grenades, sometimes money, electronic components for crafting. But the world, oh man, look at the world. It's a very pretty world. I don't know if anyone lives in New York area, did they nail it? Is this exactly how, well, besides all the destruction, of course. But did they nail the buildings as far as did they go for accuracy or did they just get the spirit of New York? That's what I'm kind of curious about. So let me know below. Tell me, did they actually kind of nail it? Now at extraction points, they do have it to where, on at least not all of them, on some of them, where there's random spawns that will actually come up and harass you at the extraction point. So they're supposed to be looters, and they know you're extracting. You know they know you'll have loot, and they don't really care if it's been decontaminated or not. They just want the stuff. So they'll come and harass you. Each extraction point, when a helicopter comes in, it can only handle 4 bags of loot. So if a bunch of people are waiting, like for example, I had a situation to where I had about 10 people at the extraction point, and 4 got it on. One group, I don't know how big they were. Like they could have been like 2 to 4 people. They decided to attack us because of the fact that they weren't able to extract, and which turned into a big firefight between all the non-rogue people and the rogues. Because once one person starts shooting and becomes rogue, his entire squad becomes rogue. The way they have it currently is for depending on I believe on how much damage and if you get kills, that will determine how long your timer is and level of rogue. When you reach level 5 of rogue, apparently I think it lets you know everyone in the area know exactly where you are. Otherwise, people who are in the general vicinity, they'll see your name in red and you be able to see through walls and such, so they know exactly where you are. That's because of the fact that everyone is chipped or coded or whatever, who are considered these specialist individuals. Now, overall, I've enjoyed my gameplay so far. I actually didn't expect to enjoy it because of the fact that it's so vast and it is lacking population. But that makes sense because of the fact that problem happened, you know, a whole contamination issue, and so they cleared people out. So it makes sense that it's lacking people. At times, I did find it hard to locate anything to kill as far as like opponents within the realm of the PvP area. And once you complete all the stuff in PvE in the quote-unquote beta, there was nothing left. So you had to go into the Dark Zone. And in the Dark Zone, you have to wait for respawn. You can also run out of the Dark Zone and run back in and have a chance of maybe getting a lower populated server. I really didn't take the time to try to find if I could locate the way to shift it or how to determine who's on, like how many people are on the server. I didn't look for that personally, but there might be a way to do that. I'm not sure. The cover system is kind of cool. To get back to that real fast, if you take in, you highlight an area, as I think I've already demonstrated in the video, that you can hold down the button and your character will run to it. As long as you're holding the button, the character will run to the location and go into complete cover. If you let go of the button before that, it will make you stop and you will just stand there. So there is a way to interrupt it. It doesn't force you to keep going. If you're taking too much damage, you could basically break off what you're doing and run in a different direction. Everything seems to be destructible to some extent in the game, from tires to windows. What's kind of cool is you actually can shoot through a window and the bullet continues to go, and that's not always the case in some games. So it has some really good physics. I didn't like the fact that I was not able to blow up cars properly. You can't actually make cars blow up. You can throw a grenade on them and things like that, but they actually won't truly blow up. Same thing with a gas station and a big tanker truck, just won't blow up. You could kill rats, you could kill birds, but you don't get experience for that, so you're not Laura Croft running around trying to be masochist. But yeah, so far, I've enjoyed my playtime. I expect more out of the game. Hopefully, the late end game will be great, will be awesome. But they didn't include that as far as they're not releasing anything on it. The devs are staying tight-lipped. They're not discussing it. So it kind of scares me that the game will be released and there won't be anything there. There'll be nothing there. But currently, I give this game probably about a 6 out of 10 in its current state, because of the fact that I am enjoying what I'm playing. There's a lot of potential, there's a lot of hope, and if is basically just more of this, then yeah, it's gonna drop to probably about a 4 out of 10. My name is Wasting Sanity. I want to thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I have not made a review in quite some time. I've been trying to stream on Twitch, but Twitch has been acting like shit lately. So, or at least this weekend. So I came back and I made a review, and I'll probably bust out a few more reviews and kind of scold Twitch a little bit and do my thing. So yeah, I want to thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below.